Today I'll be showing you how retiring at the age of 55 can affect your future Social Security benefits. As a partner of a financial advisory firm, I've helped numerous clients navigate this complex relationship between early retirement and Social Security to avoid costly benefit reductions. That's exactly why I'm making this video today, to show you exactly how retiring at 55 changes your Social Security and what you can do to protect your benefits. Let's get right into it. So in order to understand the answer to this question, you need to have a general understanding of the math behind how Social Security benefits are calculated. So the Social Security Administration will calculate your benefit by first summarizing your historical earnings record. So they'll go back in time and they'll tally up each year that you made money, and then they'll note how much of that income paid Social Security taxes. Then they'll adjust each year of your historical earnings to make them comparable to today's wage level. So for example, say that you made $50,000 20 years ago. They're going to go back 20 years and grow that $50,000 by what the average employee in the United States would have received as a raise each year to essentially compare what $50,000 20 years ago would be worth today. Once they have all of your historical income, they'll calculate the average of the highest 35 years of that income and then drop the rest of those years. The technical term for this average is your average indexed monthly earnings, or your AIM, which is how I'll refer to it. And this is the key term to understanding the potential impact that retiring early can have on your benefits. So once they have your AIM, they'll take it and they'll run it through a formula to calculate what's called your primary insurance amount, or your PIA. This is simply the amount that you'd be eligible to collect at your full retirement age. Now, how does retiring early play into all this? It has everything to do with those 35 highest earning years. The issue with stopping work at the age of 55 is that you're potentially introducing zero or very low income years into your calculation. Think about it this way. If you're 55 years old today, or 54 years old today, 35 years ago, you were either 19 or 20 years old. When you're 20, you're likely either still in college, not earning much at all, or you're earning low income as you're just entering the workforce. For many of us, this trend of relatively low income continues for a number of years as we grow our skill set and develop as working professionals. So by retiring at 55, there's a good chance you'll replace 5 to 10 years of earnings at the peak of your earnings years with 5 to 10 years where you're earning low to no income. This can significantly reduce your eventual benefits and could result in permanently lower payments for your entire retirement. And what's more, that this may not affect just you, but also your spouse if you plan to rely on spousal and survivor benefits. Let's consider a hypothetical example. Suppose that someone decides to stop working at the age of 54 because they plan to retire at the age of 55. Here's what their adjusted historical earnings might look like when they're calculating their benefit. You'll notice that stopping work at the age of 54 for this hypothetical person brings more of their earlier, lower earning years into the calculation, which as a result, their average highest 35 years is around $9,700 per month, resulting in a Social Security benefit if they start collecting at the age of 62 of around $27,000 per year in today's dollars. Or if they wait until their full retirement age of 67, it's just under $39,000 a year. But what happens if this person decides to work until the age of 62 or their full retirement age instead? If they continue to work until the age of 62, their 35-year average increases to $12,700 a month and ultimately results in a Social Security benefit that's $31,000 per year. And if they work until their full retirement age of 67, their benefits rise to over $46,000 per year. This increase happens for two reasons. The calculations now include fewer of those earlier, lower earning years, and there are more years being considered at their peak wage level. This pulls the average up. So what does this translate to over their lifetime? In this case, by not working those extra 7 to 12 years, they'd receive roughly $150,000 less in lifetime benefits if they lived into their mid-80s, and if they live into their 90s, the difference in benefits over their lifetime could exceed $350,000, all because those years of higher earnings weren't factored into the calculation. Now, I know that you've probably heard this before. If you wait to collect, you'll receive a higher benefit, but that's really not the point of this video. Regardless of when you take your benefits, taking the higher earning years out of the formula may have a significant long-term cost. The decision to stop working early has a significant long-term impact on your Social Security benefits regardless of when you file. So understanding how this works is crucial for making informed retirement decisions. Many people dismiss the significant impact that retiring early can have on their benefits because of certain misconceptions. Let's break these down. First, there's the belief that the years between retiring and claiming benefits really don't matter that much. People often assume that since they're not claiming Social Security until the age of 62 or later, stopping work early doesn't affect their benefits. What they don't realize is that the years between stopping work and claiming for their benefits still factor into the calculation. Any zero or low income years that are introduced by retiring early can pull down their AIM, or their average index monthly earnings, which directly reduces their monthly benefit when they start collecting. Another common misconception is that Social Security will be enough to cover their needs regardless of when they stop working. People often overlook how much of their benefit depends on the 35 highest earning years of their career. By cutting their career short, they may be relying on earlier, lower earning years to calculate their benefits, significantly reducing their monthly check. Some people also assume that Social Security is a fixed benefit that isn't affected by when or how long they work. This misunderstanding leads them to dismiss the value of additional years of high earnings, which could replace those earlier, lower income years in their calculation and significantly increase their lifetime benefits. And finally, some people just fear that Social Security benefits won't be available in the future, and as a result, they downplay the importance of their decision. This just simply isn't true. While Social Security does face its challenges, its solvency is a perennial issue that can be addressed with effective solutions. Now, after seeing how retiring at 55 creates crucial Social Security timing decisions, you might be wondering how to optimize your own claiming strategy. What I've learned from working with hundreds of successful professionals is that most people aren't struggling with saving for retirement. They're struggling with knowing how to maximize their Social Security benefits. The truth is, Social Security optimization isn't about following generic advice. It's about understanding how your unique retirement timeline affects your benefits. Having helped many clients navigate this decision, I know how important the right strategy can be. If you'd like to discuss your Social Security strategy and further optimize your retirement plan, click the link below to schedule a complimentary call. Now back to the video. So what do these beliefs lead to? These misconceptions can create serious problems for your retirement. Missing these last years of earnings can result in significantly lower lifetime benefits than what's possible, reduced survivor benefits for leaving your spouse, leaving them financially vulnerable, missing out on the opportunity for larger guaranteed lifetime income, which becomes increasingly valuable as you age, all of which can substantially increase your retirement risk as it requires you to put greater stress on your financial assets. All right, so what can you do about it? First, you can start by visiting ssa.gov. If you haven't created an account, it's really easy to do so, and just see what the estimate of your Social Security benefits is. Keep in mind that these estimates assume that you'll continue working at your current income level, receiving an estimate for a raise each year. To get a clear picture of the impact of retiring early, click on the button Average Future Annual Salary and input 0 under I anticipate my future yearly earnings to be. This will show you how your benefits could change if you stop working altogether. If you're planning to retire early and have a portfolio or alternative income stream that could safely absorb your long-term withdrawal needs despite a potentially lower benefit, then that's great, but be cautious. Avoid adjusting assumptions just to make your plan work, and always err to the conservative side of the spectrum when you're estimating future returns or inflation or expenses. If you notice your projected benefit drops significantly due to the loss of those later, higher earning years, consider how working part-time might help. Even a modest income could replace zero income years in the calculation and materially improve your benefits. And of course, it goes without saying, but continuing to work longer remains an option that can strengthen both your Social Security benefits and overall financial security. And lastly, take a moment just to double check your earnings record that's on file with the Social Security Administration. Errors can happen, and correcting them now is much easier than trying to fix them later. By taking these steps, you can make more informed decisions and set yourself up for a secure retirement. Here's the real takeaway. Leaving the workforce early not only increases your need for income off your assets for longer, but can have less obvious consequences to your long-term financial security. The calculation for determining your retirement benefit is complicated, and it can be very sensitive to changes in the inputs. Missing just a few years of earnings can cost tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. This decision doesn't just impact your retirement, it can also affect your spouse's survivor or spousal benefits, potentially leaving them with less income for the rest of their life. To make the most of your Social Security, it's crucial to see it not just as an income source, but as a strategic tool for financial stability and longevity protection. Now that you've seen how early retirement impacts your Social Security benefits, you need to understand one thing. These benefit calculations are just the beginning of what early retirement means for your retirement strategy. What's truly eye-opening is how often these Social Security decisions reveal gaps in the overall retirement plan. The examples that I reviewed today prove it. Having the right retirement strategy goes far beyond just Social Security timing. It's about creating a complete plan that protects your financial future. So with that being said, if you want me to analyze your complete retirement strategy and help you create a plan that goes beyond just Social Security, click the first link in the description and book a complimentary call. I'll see you in the next one.